Let's check in with our Lisa Autry. She has this week's Women in Business.
Welcome back to Women in Business. I'm your host, Lisa Autry. I am so excited to introduce you to my friend, client, and beauty expert all the way. She flew in, guys. She flew in from Wisconsin, and I feel so honored to have her actually here in the studio today. Her name is Rebecca Johnson, and she is owner and CEO of Blue Farms Beauty. Welcome, Rebecca.
Thank you, Lisa. I'm excited to be here.
I'm so excited to have you. And the fact that she flew all the way here, I feel so honored and just excited to showcase your business today. So I want to start off with, how did you get started and what is it you do in your business?
So if I'm being honest, I got started because I was feeling really stuck and depressed. So if you look back at like 2019, I was working full-time in manufacturing with my husband. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed it. Well, we made the family decision because I was due with our second daughter that I would stay home. And so our income cut by 50%, just like that. And it left me feeling like I just wasn't able to contribute. And for me, I dealt with some postpartum depression. Thankfully, it wasn't as bad as with my first, but it was still a struggle. And then going from that and having the stress of knowing that where we wanted to go as a family, that wasn't capable of happening if I wasn't, I mean, it is, but I wanted to be able to have some of that control and that peace of mind knowing that I was able to do something to contribute. So I was, I guess, in the lurch of feeling stuck. And so I remember one day I looked into the mirror and I put on my mascara and I just looked at myself and I just started crying. And normally, mascara, like, that was the one thing I wore. It always made me feel confident, ready for the day, and just like, it was a fresh start. Yes. And so when that happened, I was just like, you know, I'm missing eyelashes. It made me feel worse. And like a couple months later, my mom actually shared a friend of hers that had a mascara that grows your eyelashes. So I was like, why not? I don't have anything to lose. So between that and falling in love with it, I was already open to the idea from working at home. And so that was what I needed to get started, and did some research on the company, and I partnered with it. So now that I'm partnered with that company, I'm actually able to share a patented technology where they have long-lasting skincare and cosmetics.
I love that. And the products are absolutely amazing. It's so interesting that you started from a place of struggle in order to find your best self. But let's dive back into struggle. What struggles have you encountered in launching a business while raising 2 children with your third on the way? Like, when we think about stress and chaos, like, children bring that into the mix. And how have you been able to overcome those struggles to be successful?
Yeah, so my initial struggle is I actually started in April of 2020, so mid-lockdown pandemic, and I wasn't on social media before I started this, and so that was the only way I could reach people and really begin to grow and, I guess, seek out new people to meet and share this with. And so I had to learn social media, which I am so inept with. I am getting better. It's still an area of growth for me.
For all of us millennials, I'm telling you.
And then the second part of that is I have always been a tomboy. So I didn't have experience or the skill with makeup. I didn't care. I didn't even like it. Like, mascara was my one go-to, and that was it. And so I didn't have the belief in myself. So that was probably the most ongoing and current struggle, is kind of learning how to develop confidence in myself. For me to start, I didn't feel okay selling stuff. It left me kind of with a gross feeling. I didn't like it. And I don't feel like it's right to be selling a product or recommending it even to friends if you don't love, trust, and actually value it and know that it's going to be good and beneficial to them. So for me to start out with that and not having experience with any skincare or makeup, I really had to rely on doing research and the science behind it, and I'm a nerd, so I fell in love with it, and that was kind of the momentum I needed.
Hey, being nerd is cool, okay? And that's so interesting that you said confidence. You know, as business owners, a lot of us feel like we don't have that confidence. We have imposter syndrome, right? And so having that confidence and establishing that over time through research, through knowledge, and through education is absolutely huge, especially while raising a family, right? You want to make sure what you're putting on your skin is healthy and is okay for your baby and stuff. So, okay, so here's the next question then. You know, chaos and everything. How do you seek balance with confidence in your business?
So balance has always been hard for me. Time management in general. I am not treated for ADHD, but I have pretty bad. So I've really relied on three things. I've always looked to practical Bible principles. So I've always looked at that and how I can apply it in my life. But I would say that two, like, ongoing that's kind of new for me is open communication with my husband regarding it, and it's become more of a family goal, which has been really nice because he not only picks up the slack, but he kind of keeps me on track and supports me in that way. And then I knew it was going to be a lot of personal development because being my first business and something I wasn't familiar with, I sought out personal development. So when I joined social media, I literally searched for things that would support me, and I discovered you. And I always love the quote, if you want what they have, do what they do. And I saw you where you were at is where I wanted to be. And I was so depressed that I couldn't like accomplish and feel like I was doing enough in all the areas and like finding that balance, you know? And so when I saw that and I watched you and I'm just like, I need to do what she's doing. So it's like, okay, I need to follow you, and being part of the tribe, and then also even your free community, I was just gaining so much to actually build that foundation of having skills to find that balance. Still work in progress, but
you're doing amazing. And all the things she hoped to do, she is doing actively on a daily basis. And so really, as a business owner, having that support system in the home and out of the home is huge for your success. And it is, with Blue Farms Beauty, it has taken off because you have that support system. You've been gaining that confidence. You've been learning who you are as a mother and a business owner along the way. And it's just been absolutely beautiful. So Rebecca, where are you headed next, and where can we find you?
So this year is all about growth for me. And the reason being is because what's motivating me is our family is building a tiny house, and that's where we want to go. We don't want to feel stuck.
Yes.
And so that's something that we decided to do, and we want to do it before our son is due in August, which is nerve-wracking. But it's all about growth, because what I want to be able to do is make an impact in other people's lives, not just my family's. So that's where I really connected with you and wanting to support women, because I actually fell in love with skincare and makeup. I used to hate it, you guys. I felt like it was not part of my identity to have anything girly. It just wasn't me, and it just felt so wrong. And so being able to reach out and actually find an appreciation for something that makes women feel better.
Yep.
I learned firsthand, and I never knew what self-care was. But when you do things that make you feel better, you're going to do things every day in a way that you show up better because you feel better. And if you feel better, you're going to do better, which means that you can actually give more of yourself in the ways that you want to show up for those that mean something to you.
That is huge, and it is so impactful, you know? My gosh. Well, where can we find you? Where can we find you?
Yes. So I think the easiest way to find me would be actually through my personal website. It's bluefarmsbeauty.com. Super simple. It's got all the links that are easy to find me on my social media links, including my family one, where we're just now starting to publish our tiny house, like, adventures.
I love it. It's not just beauty, it's tiny home adventure. She talks about mental health and your success and every aspect of it. I absolutely love it. You do book reviews.
I'm very passionate about it.
You're a multi-passionate entrepreneur, like all of us are. I absolutely love it. Okay, so make sure you guys follow Rebecca, because she is showcasing so many different things. In addition to she has amazing beauty tricks, guys, like things that I would never have ever thought. So I want to thank you so much for flying all the way from Wisconsin to the Central Valley to come and visit me and on the talk show. Thank you so much. And make sure you guys follow Rebecca and enjoy her journey and everything, to see her tiny home and her son being born. And I'm just so excited. Thank you so much for flying in, Rebecca.
Thank you, Lisa.
Have a great one. See you next time with Women in Business. I'm your host, Lisa Autry.